Hello friends, I'm Karina Chin with karinascreations.com and I want to welcome you to my weekly Facebook Live. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to use up some of your designer series paper. Starting October 1st, Stampin' Up! Has a designer series paper sale going on, so I thought this would be a really fun project to show you. So I'm going to show you how to make this card. And then I'm going to show you how to make this cute little pumpkin box for treats. And I'll just wait till everybody comes on here. We'll see who's joining me today. So like I said, I have two fun projects for you guys to see. Oh, and I see Sharon and Celine are here. Hello, girls. Thank you so much for joining me. I always get so excited when my friends join me on my Facebook Lives. Now I've got a few announcements to make. Before I start, I just first of all wanted to thank everyone who watches. Whenever you like or share my video, I always put your name into a draw, and then I use a program called Wheel Decide on the computer, and it spins the wheel and picks out the prize. So from the people who liked and shared my Facebook Live last week, the winner was Gail Bueller. So I'm probably saying your last name, Gail, wrong. I apologize. So I'm going to pop this in the mail to you, Gail. So send me a personal message with your mailing instructions, your mailing address, and I'll pop it in the mail for you. So thank you so much for that. Oh, I see Carolyn's here. Hello, Carolyn. How are you today? Okay, so my announcements today are, what are you guys doing this Saturday, October 3rd? I hope you're going to pop into this, Karina Chin Stampin' Up! Demonstrator page, and I'll also be sharing to my private page, which is Karina's Creations, and we're going to celebrate World Card Making Day. I'll start it at noon, and I'm going to do a Facebook Live, and then there will be 3 card challenges throughout the day. So you just don't have to spend your whole day there, but I just thought it's a great place for us to share our love of card making and to celebrate the great day. And then too, on October 17th, I am doing a special stamp camp. That's usually the weekend I do my scrapbooking weekend, which I've had to change today, or change this year. Not today, but this year. And instead I thought we'd do a stamp camp. So it's based around the coming home stamp set. So the stamp camp is $55. You get $35 in projects, and we're going to do 2 classes. One at 10 to 11:30, then we'll take a quick break, and then 12 to 1:30. So these are the cards. I always have to do some easy fancy folds, right? Like I said, you get, look at that one. That's going to be a fancy pull-out card. And then this one is a coming home suite. And I'm going to have alternate samples, because if you're not into Christmas, I think the In the Tree stamp set would work really well with this too. Because not everybody needs to make Christmas cards all the time. And then this is going to be the second class. So this is actually a technique card that we're doing. This one is going to be an easy, little pull-out one. What is this one called? I think it's Warm and Toasty. Warm and Toasty. And then we're going to have one of these little spinner cards too. So that's going to be what the stamp camp looks like on the 17th. You have to register by, I think I put down October the 5th so I can get the supplies in. And then on November 14th, I had to change the day. I didn't realize that I chose a weird date. I chose a Thursday. I'm going to be doing the Peace and Joy class. So these are going to be the cards. We're going to do an arrow fold card. And that's going to be the class as well. So you can just do the 4 cards and get the PDF tutorial for $25. Or you can get the bundle, which includes a PDF tutorial and the cards, or the big product bundle. There's a couple prices on my blog. So that's coming up November 14th. And then if you guys like games nights, I'm so excited. I have a games night planned for October 23rd. So I'm taking registrations right now for that. It will close on, October 5th, because I have to bring in all the product and get all the kits cut and sent out to you. Ooh, I see Brenda's here too. Hello, Brenda. Nice to see you today. Okay, I think that's all my major announcements that I had. Designer Series paper starting. Oh, yes. And if you guys are ordering starting October 1st, I am giving away, with a $60 order, your name will go into a draw to win a brand new stamp and cut emboss machine. And that's going to be running for all of October. just because I think we need a special prize. And it'll be so much fun. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to show you, like I said, how to do this card. So I was in the Creative Scrapbooker Carnival this weekend, and I showed a 4-card class that Donna and I designed based around the Poinsettia Place product suite. And I demonstrated this card at another event I did, but I want to show you what to do with this fabulous designer series paper. And if you know me, I don't like doing the same card twice. I always got to change it up. So on the weekend, I had a virtual card class based around the In the Pines product bundle. And we did 2 techniques in the class. We made 3 cards, although next month the girls are saying they might want 2 of each card. So I'm open to suggestions. But I picked this set because it's not necessarily Christmas. It can be masculine. It can be used any time of year. And I just thought it was so pretty. It's only $29 if you want the bundle. The bundle is $70. And then I'll show you the cute card that we're going to make with it. Okay, so this is what you need to do. So I got my stamp set here. And I'm just looking, and I've got my framelits here. This is an interesting set because look at the framelits. Like this cuts out all the little itty bitty pieces. Do I have a sample? Oh, I do, but it's across my room. I can't show you. Let's see. You'll just have to take my word for it. I'll have to post some samples. This die cut here looks like this one. Can you see it? Isn't that cool? And it punches it out. And then I had some more samples around. They've disappeared. Yeah, I have no clue where I put them. You know what, guys? I will show you later, and then they'll appear. But anyway, the dies are cool, and I love these 2 pieces because, look, they make snowdrifts. Isn't that fun? Pretty fun. Okay, I'll put this away for now because we're not really... Oh, I guess we are using this die. I'll put this right here. Okay, so to make this card, you need to get a piece of designer series paper. Now, like I said, there's a designer series paper starting October the 1st. On selected designer series paper, and you need to cut your cardstock at 5 1/4 inches by 12 inches. So that is a measurement for this card. Let me just pull this out, and then what you need to do is mark it in half. So I'm going to pull out my Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer that looks like this. Now the halfway point of this, of 5 1/4 inches, is it 2 5/8 of an inch? Yes, 2 5/8. So I literally count the tick marks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just past, it's between 2 1/2 and 2 3/4. And I'm going to tick mark it right here with my pencil. And then we're going to line this up in the track. Now, if you don't have a paper trimmer, I highly, highly recommend the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer because it's perfect whenever you have to do these diagonal cuts. So I'm lining up the top. I'm lining up the top point of this cardstock in the track, and I'm lining it up with the tick mark down here. Now, I know you won't be able to see it all. You'll just have to close your eyes and imagine what I'm doing. Okay, I have to line it up here. I want my triangles to be nice. Okay, and then you get this piece. Oh, hold on. Back up. I did it again. I need to score this first. Before you guys cut, we got to score it at 4 inches and 8 inches. Now, you can do it after. It's just it's a lot easier if you do it beforehand. Okay, so you take your paper, make your tick mark, score it at 4 inches, 8 inches, then you cut off your triangles. Now I can do the other side because I'm going to do the same thing. I'm cutting from this point all the way down to my middle tick mark. That's too funny that I did that. But this is great because then I'm sure when you're making this card and you make a mistake, you can easily go back and fix it too. Okay, so now that that's done, this is the beauty of the card. So now I've got this, and because I've already done my score lines, you just fold it back, and that's it for the card. Isn't that easy? Okay, and let's see. I'm not really looking at comments. Ooh, Joy. Joy's asking if she registered for both. I'll check, Joy. I'll get back to you. I'll see which ones you registered for. I know for sure you're doing Stamp Camp. And I thought there was another one you registered for as well, but I will double check that for you. Okay, so now we've got this beautiful paper that looks like this. And I think I have a card base. I should have my card base. Right here's the card. Yes, right here. And my instructions. Don't you love my notes? Okay, so you have to use your imagination because I am winging it now. Okay, now the fun thing about this card, you'll notice that on this one, it has gold foil paper. Now gold foil paper is kind of expensive, so I actually cut this scallop shape out of the gold foil and covered it up with this designer series paper, and that way it just makes your gold foil go a lot further. So I've got my card base, and it's cut at 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, scored at 4 1/4. This is my gold foil, and it's cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I made this one a little bit bigger. So I did 5 1/8 by, what is it, 3, 4, 4. Now I have to get my thing out and take a look. Hold on. Handy dandy ruler. It is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 of an inch. So that's why I got my blue layer. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I need to cut out my scalloped square. Okay, so this is really old, this set, and I love it because you get 8 solid square dies and you get 8 scalloped square dies, and they all nest together. So this is called the Layering Squares dies, and I think it's a really good value if you're a new stamper and you don't have a lot of dies. And I have to pull this out because this is my brand new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So yes, I'm going to give one of these away in October. When you place a $60 order, your name will go into the draw. And it's going to be based on per 60, so you may get more than one entry. It's going to last all month, so there's lots of time to get in on the draw. I absolutely love mine. And I love the fact because the instructions are actually on my plates. So I'm using my dies, and it says, this is embossing folders, place die cutting edge down. I am doing I need section 1 plate, I need number 2 plate, and then I need 2 3s. So let's get that going. And I need my paper. It doesn't really matter where you place your scalloped square, but I need it, well, I kind of need it to be in the middle, right? Because we don't want to see the hole. And I sure hope I'm doing this one. If not, my card will look a little different than my sample. I love this new machine. And if you want to get it immediately, there are 2 days left of the Stampin' Up! Starter Kit special. So you can actually get this machine in your starter kit. And then you only pay $135 for it. You get free shipping and GST. You get 2 free stamp sets. And 2 free stamp sets. And you get 2 card kits and a free package of rhinestones and a paper pumpkin kit. So it's a great deal. So if you're interested in getting in on that, leave me a message and I will get back to you ASAP and I'll give you a link. Or you can go to KarinaChen.StampinUp.net, hit the Join Now button, and that will walk you through it. And I'm more than happy to help you over the phone as well. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is we're just going to put my pool party layer down, like so. There we go. And then we're going to glue my old olive layer down as well. I'm just using my liquid glue because I'm fast. We also have Stampin' Seal, which works really well too. I make a lot of cards, so I find I use my liquid glue all the time, probably more than most people would. Okay, and then you can decide, you know, which way you wanted to fold it back. What do you think? This side, I think I want less red. I like more of the, I like this showing. I'm going to do it this way. So you can see how, you know, sometimes you have some designer series paper you bought and you're not loving the color so much. This is a great way to use it up. Now, can you see I've reversed it because I changed my pattern? But it doesn't matter. They both look really good. Whether you have your pattern on the right-hand side or the left-hand side, just doesn't matter. And then you can leave this open if you want. You could put a message in here and then put some ribbon around it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to tack my little bits down. There we go. Okay, what do you think? Cute? And then I'm going to be putting my panel down like this. But I need to do some stamping. And this is where I'm going to be stamping on vellum. So we are going to get my In the Tree stamp set that looks like that. Just have to get my, I have to get my embossing gun. Okay, so whenever you're stamping on vellum, and Stampin' Up! Vellum cardstock is a little bit different than normal vellum. It's a little bit thicker. It's a really nice weight. And all I'm going to do is ink it up. Versamark is a clear, sticky ink, and it's great for embossing. I love embossing cards. It's such an easy technique, and I don't know if you can see that. See how it's sticky and clear? And that will allow your embossing powder to stick to it. And then I'm just going to put in this. Usually I have a spoon. I don't know where my spoon went. Oh yeah, this is why you need a spoon, because then I miss the treetop. Give it a little flick, an aggressive flick. There we go. And then I'll just grab my heat tool. But I gotta show you my clipboard. Most people have seen this. I went to the dollar store, took some foil, put it on my clipboard, and then I clip it down here, and then I don't burn my fingers. So let's just pull this in, and I'm waiting for the powder to melt. Okay, give it a second to dry, and then you can touch it. Yep, looks pretty good. Okay, so that is how you can emboss on vellum. And if you don't want it to warp, you just keep moving the gun gently along. I'm going to set this aside. And I had a tree already cut out. Here it is. Okay, so I'm not going to pull out my die cutting machine again. I'm just going to put just a little bit. So you don't want to put tons of adhesive on here because you don't want it to show through the vellum, although because I embossed it, my Stampin' Seal Plus is actually doing a pretty good job. Okay, I'm going to put that right here. Let's glue on these 2 layers. Now, if I wanted to on my card, I could add some ribbon. And this paper is actually from the Coming Home product suite that we're going to be using at my stamp count. I just love this paper. And I thought the little trees were super cute. Okay, I'm just going to put 2 dimensionals on here. And where is my take a pick tool? Because I find if I just stab my dimensionals, that sounds a little aggressive. Gently stab my dimensionals. Does that sound better? Then I can pick it off a little bit. Okay, so there's my card. Now I think it still needs a sentiment. So I just have to get this out of the way. And my die, I'm just going to set that right here. And then my In the Tree stamp set. I should never put things behind me because then it disappears. There it is. I think I'm going to put thinking of you. So there's two sentiments, thinking of you, season's greetings. So I love it when there's very versatile sentiments that we can use. I think I'm just going to do it in white just because I have it handy. And there's a bit of white on this card with the red, with the Poppy Parade polka dots. Is this big enough? Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. What do you think? Okay, and then I'm just going to snip the ends. I should probably share some more In the Trees samples. Is it In the Trees or In the Pines? Hold on a second. What is this called? In the Pines. See, I'm calling it the wrong thing. And we're just going to put this here. So let's get some more Stampin' Dimensionals. If you watch any of my videos, you know I love these. I love Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, and then wait till October 1st if you're placing a $60 order, because then your name will go into my draw for the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. That's going to be all of October. Okay, what do you think, you guys? Does that look cute? And then if you want, you can add some, I'd probably add metallic brads on here, or metallic pearls, because I just love those. But isn't that cute? And that's a great way to use up your designer series paper. And it looks cute no matter which side you put your paper on. So I have one more quick project that I want to share with you. And that is my cute little paper pumpkin box. Well, I guess it's not a paper pumpkin box. It's a, well, it is a paper pumpkin box, I guess. You know, there's a quick way to do it, is if you don't know how to cut and score and make boxes. If you're a new stamper, I would just buy the acetate boxes that look like this. I went and got these cookies. They're from Costco, and they come in a little 2-pack, and they're delicious. Unfortunately, they were close to me, so I've already had one. It's, I think, 7 grams of fat for 2 cookies. Oh my goodness. I got to get these out of my craft room. So you just put them in here, put your designer series paper, wrap it around, and do the pumpkin. Now, I'm showing you this because everybody's going to buy the designer series paper that's on sale, and I think you need to know a way to use it up. Or if you are a stamper, you've got too much stuff laying around. So this box is super cute, and it's a great way to use up cardstock. You can actually get 2 boxes out of 1 sheet of 8.5 by 11 inch cardstock. The size on this is 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. And we're just going to do a little bit of stamping and cutting. So let me get out my Simply Scored tool. If you've been stamping a long time, I highly, highly recommend this tool. I use it all the time for all my boxes. I love it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we need to score this shorter side at 1 inch on each side. So we'll do 1 inch here. And you know what I like to do? I don't like remembering a lot of measurements. So I just do that. I flip it. Now I've got 1 inch each side. Okay, now we're putting the long side up here, and we need to score it at 1 inch, 2 inch. So let's do that. I've got more of these somewhere. I just don't know where they are, these little tabs. So 1 inch, 2 inch, 4 3/4, and 5 3/4. So when I do this, I actually can prep my boxes for all my classes, which is pretty handy. Okay, and then I'll move this out of the way. And then this is my template. This is literally how I design boxes. I just kind of look at it and go, if I need something to fit this cookie, what am I going to do? Okay, so the first thing I've created is 1, 2, 3, 4 score lines. So we're going to cut them to the first, to the first 1 inch score line. So we're making 4 snips, and then we're going to flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this little triangle here, we don't need this, so let's get rid of this. And I'm just going to miter the corner just a bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then I think that's it. Isn't that easy? Okay, so let's go like this. And I really should get a bone folder to go over my score lines to make nice crisp crease folds, like so. And then I got my new paper pumpkin box, what, 2 weeks ago, and I still haven't touched it yet. So one thing I should mention is that Stampin' Up! Has great paper pumpkin kits that come out. You have to order by the 10th, and the next one's going to be Christmas. But look at all the stuff you get. This is the September kit, which I haven't even opened yet. I'll have to do a video for this. Maybe I'll do this on Saturday along with some other projects. But if you don't have a lot of stamping supplies, there is a lot of goodness in this box. It's around $30, and it's going to be Christmas cards, I believe, which is awesome. Okay, so I am doing this. So I'm going to put my adhesive here, and if I want, I could actually use tear and tape adhesive. Works really good too for this. I'm going to fold this in like so, and then this is going to come up. So I'm just going to match up the corners like so, and then we're going to put this one together and this one together. And can you see my little box? Now, this is a little bit, it's got too much paper. So let's just trim this down a bit so it folds a little bit nicer. But it's nice because this is going to keep my box closed. And look, my little celebration cookie treat from Costco fits right in there. Now, I guess I could make an orange box to match the cookies, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted blue to match my card. I'm going with pool party theme today. My cookie's giving me grief. Okay, there we go. And then the next thing I did was take this beautiful pool party ribbon, and we're just going to tie it around like so. And I know Halloween's coming, but I thought this would be kind of a nice thing that you could make for people, for friends who are coming by. I'm not sure if people are trick-or-treating or not this year or not. It's kind of hard to say. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I still love to give treats to my friends. And whenever my customers order from me, I usually give them a card or a treat with their order. So I'm forever making little box treats. But isn't that cute? And then what I've done is I have taken some designer series paper. Again, this is the same Coming Home designer series paper. That's going to be on the October 17th stamp camp. Because I wanted to show ways that it's not just Christmas. It can be used for other holidays as well. And I love this stamp set. Now, I'm assuming most of you watching the video have this. It's the Harvest Hello stamp set. And it has the, I forget what this punch is called. It was a bundle. I think you have to buy them separately. But it's great for teachers because it does apples, it does pumpkins. You can put a face on your pumpkin. And I'm just going to stamp myself a white pumpkin. I thought that would be kind of fun. A few years ago, a friend of mine from St. Albert actually has a farm, and she gave me some white pumpkins. So I bought a few white pumpkins off her. She was doing it as a fundraiser for her kids. And they were beautiful. I'd only gone to, Safeway or one of the local grocery stores before. But the white pumpkins were so pretty. And I have a bit of a tip for lining up the leaf and the stem for the pumpkin. So if you have this, what I did is I went and just punched it out of my green cardstock, my old olive cardstock. And then I went like this. I went and put this stamp in the hole that I created with the punch. And then this one here. And then if you just take your block and go bam, now look at this. It is perfectly lined up. Isn't that a slick tip? So now if you're doing, 20 of these paper pumpkin boxes, you can just go along and stamp, punch, stamp, punch, stamp, punch, and it's really fast. Okay, I'm going to add some at the back, and I'm just going to put my pumpkin stem here, and then we'll try to tuck my leaf. I didn't know whether it goes in front or behind, so I'm just putting mine behind. We're going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. There's my mini ones right here. There we go. And you can see how easy it is to make a cute little treat for somebody. And then I love this sentiment. Look at that. Hey there, pumpkin. How fun is that? I think it should say, hey there, pumpkin friend, because I'm going to be giving these to all my friends. I probably need to make about 20 of these, but I don't need to because I bought the paper pumpkin box. So I'm going to use the paper pumpkin crackers that came in that box. And I got 2 of them. So if you didn't get this, if you did not get the September treat kit, I have 1 left. So if anybody wants, they can buy it from me. I always bring in 2 because I find what happens if I really like it and then I need more supplies. Or a customer goes, oh, I meant to order that and missed the deadline. Then I have an extra one. Okay, so let's see. So that is my cute little treat box that you can use for Halloween. You can even change the stamp set and do it for Christmas if you like. And these are my cards today. So I showed you how to use designer series paper, how to make a cute little box. This is using the In the Tree stamp set. This is using the Harvest Hellos. I've got a bunch of classes coming up, and I hope you will join me on October the 3rd, which is this Saturday at noon. I'll do another Facebook Live demonstration, and I think we're just going to have some fun stamping challenges. I run in some little prizes, and like I said, when you place a $60 order, your name will go into a draw to win a new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I think we're just going to have a lot of fun. And then, of course, I'll have to give you something else. I always have specials for ordering. So thank you so much for watching me today. I hope you enjoyed the project, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.